Here a sec. Hi there. Happy Monday night, everyone. We're really happy to see you. We have Caroline with us here this evening. This is Gordon and I's daughter. We have 3 sons, and here's our princess right here. So it's really nice to see all of you. As we were waiting here, I apologize. I had to finish a phone call, and it's really nice to see you. But while we were looking here, Gordon, you answered Tim and Cindy about where we're going to talk about the Panama Canal cruise.
I've been banished to off studio, so you guys having a good night.
Okay, as long as he's got that, we are good. So, there's this huge elephant in the room that we need to talk about, and then we'll pop any questions you've got for Caroline and I in here. But you know what? Yes, Princess did get a new president today, and I had this day that was nothing like what I thought when I woke up this morning, and so I didn't get a video out. So Gordon's doing my last impressions and everything to do with celebrity that will be up in just a little while, but you're not going to want to miss my video tomorrow, because you know what? I have this list, and it's really fun to me when new leadership takes over, because I've got a list of what I hope to see. And of course, I feel like John Paget has accomplished a lot. So I'm just really excited to see all of it. And to me, it's interesting that they got the president of Holland America. He's been at Holland America since 2020. So the last 4 years, to me, I feel like Holland America. Hetty, I thought of you first. Our Hetty is here, and Caroline, she sails on Holland America a lot. So, but I thought of you because you would probably have the best view out of anyone here of really like the changes underway, because you've cruised Holland America so long. So tell us if you've noticed anything different about Holland America in the last 4 years. With Holland America going along, it's just going to be so fun to see what happens next, right? So I guess I don't need to do a whole video here, but I've been thinking about you all today. So I thought it would be fun if anybody wants to put in the comments, did this surprise you? I'll tell you tomorrow if it surprised me or not. And did it surprise?
That's great.
Caroline's like, so I'll tell you if it surprised me or not. And then what are you looking forward to? Like if you took over as president of Princess, what would you be doing? Because it's really short notice that this is happening. It's just right at the beginning of December. I believe that official transition will take place. So not very long at all, because, today's November 25th. So anyway, nice to see all of you. Linnea says, very exciting to have Carolina here. Gordon says he answered where y'all can talk about the Panama Canal. Interesting. Oh, Hetty was talking about that interesting news. And then we've got the lady who is taking over at Holland America from him. So yes, so much to talk about, don't we? Carrie, so good to see you from the Indian Ocean, just north of Australia and south of Papua New Guinea. We're really happy to have you with us, Carrie, on Facebook. Looks like you're having that trip of a lifetime. So it's fun to see your pictures and travel along. Code 4 for Life. So nice to see you, Donna and Scotty. Really good to see you. I've been going through, this is really maybe, I don't know how you guys do videos, but if I miss something on the day that it comes out from certain people, mainly, I only do this with Code 4 for Life and Tony with Lolly DeLoca and Dawn. And those are the only people I go back and watch what they have done. Well, Gary Bembridge. I'll often do Gary Bembridge. And so anyway, I've been going back through and making sure that I haven't missed anything that you put out about your amazing voyage on Cunard. I loved how you pointed out in the American Airlines lounge, the food was better. Yesterday, as I was flying home from Fort Lauderdale from Atlanta to Salt Lake City, I got upgraded to first class. I've not been upgraded in a really long time, so it was really nice. And so whereas I usually sleep on the flights or else do work, I just sat there and waited for my dinner, and we did. And you know what? It was really good. And I had the thought while I was eating it, thinking about you guys, what you said about American Airlines Lounge, I thought somebody needs to call Delta for their recipe on a cruise line. They could make that and it would be really good. So just putting it out there. And it was pretty simple. It wasn't like ultra fancy, but it was really good. So let's see. And Jeffrey, so good to see you. I always want to give Code 4 for Life a plug, you guys. They've got a channel, as I was talking about, follow them and Cruising for One. Jeffrey's got his blog. Google Cruising for One blog and you will find it. Connie, so nice to see you, and Michael. Oh, Lee, are you back home safe and sound? I am glad you are there. Really glad you're there. Should I, I don't know. Should I open a can of worms? So Lee was just on Regal Princess, and so was another one of our Let's Go family members. And it was the first sailing after the previous 3 had been canceled. And so that had, weeks without anybody on the ship. And she pointed out that there they are wanting to wash the balcony there. And I agree with her. I'm putting myself out there. I know they need to clean those balconies, but it seems like they had a lot of time to do it before y'all got there. So just wanted you to know, Lee, that my heart is with you. So I know, like I said, I know balconies have to be cleaned. And then up next here, we've got Barb and Maria. And then I'm going to have Caroline talk about some things. But I wanted to say, so she commented, we're going to talk on the phone tomorrow about some other things and mention Egypt while we're there. So if you missed my video last week, we are doing a group cruise on the Nile. And we're going to depart from Cairo on July 29th of 2027, return there on August 9th. Well, we'll get back there the day before, but the trip is July 29th through August 9th. And the thing to know about that, I'm still waiting on pricing. It is my charter, but I'm not the one that signs on the dotted line. I have the luxury of having someone do that with me. And but the pricing I don't set. And so which I'm really glad. But it's going to be a very expensive trip. It's going to be more than Gordon and I have ever spent on a trip before. You're not going to get out of there under $10,000 a person. Even in, I feel like it's hard to know, but especially when you count your flights to Cairo, it's going to be a chunk more than that. So, but it is going to be the trip of a lifetime. We're going to be on the Nile when that eclipse takes place on August 2nd. So it'd be already an amazing journey. But then we are going to have from is it 11:36, did I tell you, until 2 something in the afternoon. I'll memorize those dates a little bit better, but just to enjoy the eclipse and be right there in the heart of it. So anyway, I am so excited. I can't stand it. And here we are, all these years away from it, 2.5, not quite 3. So do you want to go to Egypt?
Yeah.
Yeah? Oh, this is good. See, she wants to go. So, Caroline, what do you want to see in Egypt? Where would you go?
Well, as we talked about last time I was here, for anybody who wasn't here last time, I studied art history. So I would really like to go see a lot of the ruins. So obviously the Great Pyramids of Giza. And then there are a few funerary monuments I'd like to see, that type of thing. So
she knows her stuff. I just want to go see the pyramids.
I also want to go on a Nile River cruise.
See those temples, you know. So Caroline, one of the things that will be a site tour you can pay extra for if you want, so I'm going to spend my money on it, is to go see Abu Simbel. Oh. And that is one of the things, do you know when I see this, what this is? And so that is one of the things that they had to move when they did the reservoir,
the dam,
the dam, thank you, back in the 60s. And when we went to the Metropolitan Museum of Art, Caroline and I flew to New York for the weekend just to go see an exhibit in the Metropolitan Museum of Art. But while we were there, we went and saw the Temple of Dendur. Is that the one that's there? So. That they actually moved there at the time. I think Lyndon Johnson was the president at the time, right?
I think so.
When they moved that. So anyway, I am just so excited. I can't stand it. So tell me what else you guys are thinking about. Boss Papa, sorry, I talk about happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Madi, thanks for saying that for us. Really happy to have you with us. All of you, when we count our blessings, you all are really high to the top of the list. We are most grateful for Jesus Christ, of course, and
your children
and our family, our children, and you all would be third or fourth, truly, our family, and then all of you. So thanks for everything that you bring. Our life is different because of you in the very best way. So thanks for saying happy Thanksgiving, and we are definitely sending you our happiest Thanksgiving wishes. So let's see. Oh, hey, Midge, you're in Loreto, Mexico on the beautiful, majestic Princess. Wow. Just leaving port on our way to Mazatlan. The trip is fabulous and truly a family cruise. There are about 600 children. Isn't that magnificent? I think families love to go at Thanksgiving time because, the children are out of school. And whether we like it or not, cruising is really special because it gives us all time together that we wouldn't take otherwise. We'll have to do that when your children are a little bit bigger.
Just a little.
Just a little bit bigger. So JPS out February 2025. That's all I know. I know. And you know what? We can say good riddance. We can't. We have to focus on all the good and what we're hopeful for. I love you to pieces, Hetty. You are so awesome. Verna Lynn, so good to see you. And Timothy, nice to have you guys with us from Santa Clarita. Oh, Bruce, good evening. Nice to have you with us. And Jello Heart Red. Should we try to do a heart? Can you?
I don't know how to.
Who's
make
going to
it
get
work.
the? Oh, you got the hearts first, Caroline. Okay. Oh, there they finally went. Okay. So, hey, Chris, nice to see you. And Pat, nice to have you with us as well. Let's see. Larry. So Larry is in Sun City. He always tells us the weather, which I love because it always makes us envious. Plus, then I know what your weather is. So, excuse me here. Let's see. Drizzle in 43 in Northwest Indiana. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, Jeffrey hopes this will mean improvement in operational execution. John was good at vision, but poor at execution. I agree with you. I think he is an idea guy because he's the one that came, with the medallion. So I think he's a tech guy. I think he's great idea guy. I'm not saying he did a bad job. It's just like, it's kind of like in your family. You stand on the shoulders of giants and like you are in a better place because of people who came before you. And then you hope that the people come after you carry on and do even more, right? And so that's how I like to look at transitions and leadership. And it'll be really fun to see what the focus is of the next. Because, you think of people and what they do and you think, oh, maybe this will be their focus. And no, it's not. So it's fun to see. Let's see. John Paget out was inevitable. Okay, Holly, nice to see you. Would like to talk about the Conjurers Cruise. Holly, oh my goodness, this is a crazy week. Let's try for tomorrow. Because tomorrow Black Friday starts, because I've had you on my mind with switching cruises and I thought, oh, let's just do it once Black Friday starts. So if everybody doesn't know, Black Friday starts tomorrow. So send me a text, Holly, and I'll give you a call back tomorrow. Bill from Chile, Minnesota, you and Renee, nice to have you guys with us. And Clyde from Seattle. And we've got Fincia in here, Windblown, Sarasota. We love Sarasota, don't we, Caroline?
Mm-hmm.
We do. We've been there a couple of times together. Goes to see the Ringling.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's see. Might be room for you, Jeffrey. Indeed. When I saw who they named as the new president of Princess, I thought a few things. But one thing I thought of, why didn't they call Jeffrey? Why didn't they call Jeffrey? I think it's really interesting. People in the cruise industry just move around. They go from one company to another company to another company. I'm like, y'all need to get some new blood. You need to get people who think in a different way because it's just really helpful. It's like why I like to read all of your comments because in the live and under my videos on Facebook, because you bring more to the table. And I really appreciate, don't you think so, dear? Mm-hmm. I think that's really important. So yeah, Jeffrey, why'd they not call you? Hi, Patty. How are you doing? Thank you. Nice to see you. Ellen says, Sue and Phil's Travels, they say hello to you. And I should also say, I've got all these emails for the Nile cruise. I've got all the names written down in the order that you texted me or the order that you emailed me. And so once I've got that pricing, I'll email it out to everybody and then we'll go from there. And you can tell me which cabin you want because I'll be writing them down and assigning them. So we can definitely do that. Ellen, so nice to see you from Iowa. It's really good to see you if Marge is with you. Hey there, Marge. Lucy from Victoria, British Columbia. Justine, nice to see you. Hey, Kimberly, so nice to see you, sweetie. And Tanya, oh my goodness, it is just so nice to see. Oh, Kristen, so good to see you. Let's see. I would improve the loyalty program, Ellen says. Me too. I would add another tier, and I think it gets the stickier the more you put your loyalty on sale, right? Loyalty to me should not be for sale. You shouldn't be able to buy it, and you shouldn't be selling it. Hey, Melody, look forward to catching up. Oh, it is so nice to have you here with us. Thanks for coming, Melody. Been a week on the Regal. Let's see. Vicki Williams going to be on the Regal December 1st, so that's like next week. Really, when you think about it. Well, it is next week.
Sunday?
Sunday. Yeah, and it's 2025, like what, in 5 weeks?
Yeah.
Was everybody ready? I'm not ready. Hey, Kathy, Orange Cone Vlog. Nice to have you here. Hey, Robert and Judy. So nice to see you. Just left French Polynesia on our way back to LA. Hope you and Judy are having a good time. It's nice to see you here. Let's see. Balcony cleaning on the Regal wasn't a big deal. Just strange she had to be notified to stay off it for 4 hours. So here's the funny thing. So just on this Celebrity Ascent, they don't announce when they're going to be doing anything. Well, okay, so it's a ship of windows. There aren't about, well, there's the sunset verandas, and then there are a few balcony type things on the ship, yes, but predominantly the infinite balcony is a window. And so they don't tell you though when they're going to come along cleaning the windows. And so one day I was trying to, I try to be creative because I know it gets boring with me doing videos sitting on the bed. So I thought, well, I'm going to do it facing the other way. Maybe they can see out the window. And so I'm standing there talking, and along comes the window cleaner. And then, so after a while, he finally went by. And so I thought, okay, now I'm safe. I start again. It comes back again. So then I'm like, fine, I'll sit on the bed and do a video. So it was just kind of funny, but they didn't announce that. So they didn't announce it. Let's see. Oh, hey there, Emil. So nice to see you. Hello, both young ladies. Love you forever. Thanks for saying that. And thanks for coming. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. Hope they got that fixed. Oh, the Regal. I think she's fixed. I think that ship's going great. So Holly's on Navigator in March, the Radiance in September. Look at you go, girl. March cruise about set. Need work on the Radiance in Alaska. Oh, need to work on the Radiance in Alaska. You know what? It's really fun. And I like to see how much people try other cruise lines. So that's really interesting. So Gordon, your daughter. Thanks for saying that. Linnea, you're so kind. Let's see. Do we have any questions? Oh, hey, Zanetta. So nice to see you and Mark. Hope you guys are doing well. Mary, you and Bill, I hope that the next CEO values their loyal customers. And there you have it, Mary. If Jeffrey gets in, you can be on his team. I want to be on his team. But yeah, that's a really good way to put it. Really good way to put it. Thanks for saying that. I've seen a change in the innovative itineraries on Holland America. Thanks for saying that, Hetty. You're absolutely right. Yeah, Holland America is hitting it out of the ballpark. So that gives us hope for that on Princess, doesn't it? I really like that. Thanks, Hetty. Really good point. And isn't that why we cruise? Like a large portion of why we cruise is for those itineraries. Okay, let's ask you some questions, sweetheart.
Yeah, it's okay. Let's keep going.
So, well, nobody's asking questions. So hi to everybody. If anybody has a question, throw it out here. Which more cruise lines did tier matching like MSC?
Who's cooking Thanksgiving dinner?
You know what? It's a team effort around here. Caroline is a very, very good cook. And her dad is the one that makes the stuffing. Gordon does the stuffing. He does the turkey. We do the taste testing. Caroline makes really good stuffing too, but Gordon likes to do the turkey, and I'm not going to put my hand in there. So it works really good, doesn't it? Yeah, we're a great team, and I do everything else. So yeah, that's kind of how we do it around here. Let us know who cooks at your house. Oh, thanks, Emil. He says, we're going to just highlight. So Caroline does have a channel, and it's called, here you talk.
It's called Majestimundo, which is spelled Majestimundo. And it's walking tours of different places that I go with my family on travels. So the most recent ones that we posted were from our trip to Indiana. So we have some videos from Indianapolis and also from Santa Claus, Indiana. But soon we'll be posting more Christmas and holiday videos.
So tell everybody why about going to Indiana. She went to see her grandmother, my mom, and make sure her little girls got to meet her. And then tell them about Santa Claus, Indiana. I feel like that's a really best kept secret.
Yeah, so Santa Claus is in southern Indiana, and they have a theme park that's called Holiday World, and it was perfect. My daughters are ages 4, 2, and now 10 months, so she was like 2 months younger at that time. But they had a great time. It was a really good park for their age group. I think it's actually a really good park for all kids because they also had a lot of roller coasters and things that my kids weren't big enough to do, but would be great if you had older kids all the way up to teenagers. But yeah, just super fun. They themed the park by holidays. It's called Holiday World. So there's a Christmas section and a Halloween section and all these different holidays, and they themed the rides and the food, and you get free soda through the whole park. And
it was really affordable too, wasn't it?
It was like less, I think it was less than half the cost of Disneyland.
Yeah.
And we had a great time with them. So Santa Claus also has, as the name implies, they have some Christmas themed stuff there. They have some Christmas themed stores, candy stores. They have a huge Santa sculpture, a Santa or a Christmas museum or a Santa Claus museum, something like that. You can write a letter to Santa. It was a great time for me.
Did they come in the mail?
No.
Oh no, they wouldn't come in the mail. They go into Santa's mailbox.
Yeah.
Like the girls wrote it.
But I think they're going to get something back because the staff made sure to tell us, because obviously my eldest is 4. They can't actually write a letter, but they drew nice pictures for Santa. They made a point of telling us to put a return address. So I think they're going to send something back to my girls.
Wow.
So.
Caroline, you don't know how to get rid of the comment, do you? Oh, Daddy's going to have to come again. Okay, so we'll just keep talking. Gordon will come and move the comment because... oh, she got it. Okay, this younger generation is really something. Holly's going to turn diamond on the Royal Princess to Alaska. Excited to see how it changes my cruising. Royal Caribbean on. Some people, I've had the pleasure to meet some people. I met some on the celebrity cruise I was just on last week that are diamond on Royal Caribbean. And it's nice that Celebrity and Royal Caribbean do that loyalty match. So what did I want to ask Caroline? So I keep thinking about this. And for a lot of reasons lately, I've been thinking, and I'll do a whole video about this because it deserves it. But cruising is not real life, but cruising is real life. Cruising is not real life from the standpoint that there's a lot of things more important in life. But cruising, I think, also is life because it gives us the chance to make memories and do things that we would never do otherwise together, right? So I thought I didn't think to tell her to be ready with this. I've been thinking about it though. What are some things that stand out to you that we remember from going together on cruises that we wouldn't have done otherwise?
Like on the ship or just
anywhere on the trip? On the trip. Let's count from when we leave home, did our touring, got on the ship, got off, did whatever we did.
There was a lot. I would say one of the things I remember a lot is we went to Naples, and we were in port in Naples twice together on 2 different cruises, but only one time did we stay in Naples.
Yeah, the one time we went and saw your Pompeii Sorrento property.
And I've been to Naples other times too. And I've never actually stayed in Naples and gone to see the churches and museums and the other sites in Naples. I always used it just as a jumping off point to go to, Capri.
Those places we like. Yeah.
Pompeii, all that different stuff. So
that was a fun day.
It was. So
we got a tour. We got a taxi. So the day started off really funny because she didn't want to take a taxi. When you go with Caroline, you're going to be walking there, and so we wanted
public transportation.
See, and so we leave the cruise port there in Naples, and we're walking along, and we're going to the Capodimonte Museum first, which is a really long ways away, and so finally I'm like, I'm just going to get a taxi, and she's like, well, I'm not paying for it. I'm like, I will. It's not because it was just because we should be doing public transportation, right, love?
Yes.
I didn't mean that mean. I'm like, okay, we're getting in a taxi. So he takes us up there. And, to me in Naples, I always think, am I being kidnapped or am I being taken where I'm going? So
it's the kind of ride where your life flashes before your eyes.
Yes, very much so.
And the life should be flashing before the eyes of the pedestrians.
They should be.
But
so we got up there, and it is absolutely beautiful. If you are in Naples and you are going to spend the day there, absolutely go to the Capodimonte. It is beautiful and it is so worth your visit. And when we were there, like nobody else was there, and there were
Yeah,
ships in
it was
port.
very empty.
Yeah, it was really empty. Like they have sketches by Michelangelo. They have all kinds of art, and it's just beautiful anyway. So it's a palace, beautiful. So we went there, and then
We went to the National Archaeological Museum.
Did we walk there or get another taxi? Do you remember?
I don't remember. We might
But
have
we got
walked.
there. We got there.
And that one is one that, again, as somebody who studied art history, that's like a lot of textbook things that you study are at that museum. So for me, that was amazing.
Like the real stuff from where? Like Herculaneum. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of ancient Greek and Roman stuff is there.
It's beautiful.
The originals. So that was really amazing to see.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I mean, it was just a great day all in all. Then we went and saw one of the churches that has the Caravaggio. We got some gelato. She was scared the whole time about being pickpocketed.
So I didn't get gelato because I didn't want to open my purse. She very bravely got out some money and got some gelato. And then we went back to the port. So that was really fun. So what else do you remember? Like not even specific things.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I think? This is what I remember. I remember just getting to go with you.
Mm-hmm.
Just getting to go together. And we would go sightseeing all day. And then we would come back to the ship and we'd usually go to the dining room
Mm-hmm.
and have a nice dinner and talk everything over and what we were going to do the next day. But if we were home, we wouldn't have taken time to just spend days on end with each other.
Yeah.
And
I'm glad we did when
we did.
Could, because I mean, we
can't.
could now, but
Yeah.
I'd be leaving 3 little kids.
Can't do it right now. She can't. We can't take them there.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we could, but
that would be hard. Yeah. So anyway, just really, really special things together. So if anybody wants to add anything, if anybody wants to put anything in the comments you remember from going together, go ahead. Vincian says, I'm going to be on a repositioning cruise from New Zealand to Honolulu on the Royal Princess in April. I know that cruise. Does anyone know what to expect on the quality of the Wi-Fi since Starlink has been installed? Well, here's the big question. It's going to be fun to see. I'm hearing from people there is a difference between what you get with the Plus and Premier and what you get without. So I think that you should probably have really good Wi-Fi is what I've heard from people that have been down that way not too long ago. So it'll be fun to hear. I know Carrie is down, in the South Pacific and over and up. This is a big trip for him, but it'll be fun to hear, how that goes for you. So let us know what that looks like. But I would expect it to be a little bit spotty, but I would bet it would be pretty good. I really do. Even in 2020, when we went to Antarctica, the Wi-Fi was better than you think. I could make a Wi-Fi phone call about any time because with the kids. And so it was pretty good. Let's see. William says, I hope I can cook a turkey, but probably won't be soon since my kitchen caught fire. He has got trying to get everything redone at William's home. He did have a fire in his kitchen. So my heart's with you, William. Let's see. Oh, so Jerry, they came with us. They came with us on the Alaska cruise this summer, and I got to meet their daughter Kelly, and she lives up in Merrillville, up, by Chicago. Yeah. So we know right where that is. Hey, Mark Easton, how are you? Leadership among the cruise lines could do with some fresh blood rather than recycling. That's what I think. You need somebody that thinks about things differently. Like just getting somebody from another cruise line and doing a little shuffle. I'm a little, I'll give this new person a fair shake, absolutely, and expect greatness. But I could see you need a little bit, what do they call that? Disruptive innovation. There you go. So I think that would be cool. Let's see. Susan says 145 days till the Discovery Princess. What should we do for 2 days in LA before the cruise? Oh, you know what? There is so much to see in LA, Susan. Everything from like going to a nice beach and like make sure it's a nice beach. But they have fabulous museums. They've got really good food. They've got a lot to do there. So if you really need help with that, you could pop it over on Facebook and people will reply. But go to the Getty Villa and the Getty Center. I would go to Newport Beach and down to Balboa if it were me. If I had 2 days there, I would go. Where would you go, Dolly, out of those places?
The Getty was going to be my top answer.
Was it?
The Huntington Library.
Oh, yes. Go see the Huntington. Yeah. Because that's cool, not only because it's got a museum in it, but just the whole estate is remarkable. So you're going to want to go there. Yeah. Oh, Emil says the key question for Caroline, when does Wolf Enterprises getting the pleasure of meeting the family on a cruise? When we get people a teeny bit bigger?
Yes. If you want to help take care of the 10-month-old on the cruise, then
we were talking about that last night, and she's like, maybe, because her husband's like, maybe we could go now. And I'm like, Caroline, Sophia would just want to be on the floor.
Yes.
Because that's what she wants, and to crawl around.
She just crawls. And
she doesn't want to be in a stroller all day long or to be held all day long. She's a good girl. She's a really good girl. But that's the hard thing. So maybe like in a couple of years. Yeah. Maybe then we can get everybody going. Yeah. Then I think it would be really fun to have all of us go sometime.
Yeah.
All of our families and get everybody set up and, have dinner together and play. And I think that'd be a lot of fun. Could do it on the Caribbean Princess. The Caribbean Princess has a little kiddie pool area in the back that I think would be a lot of fun. So Laura is asking, what does Caroline like to do on the ships or on a sea day?
I wouldn't say I'm super fancy or anything.
She's fancy.
If we are somewhere warm and sunny, I like to go up to the top deck and enjoy some sunshine with a book. I don't usually do a lot of swimming per se, but I like to go enjoy some sunshine. Maybe a nice drink.
Like a virgin pina colada.
Virgin pina colada. Or I like the virgin mojitos a lot too.
She likes those.
Anyway.
They call those mojitos.
Yeah.
Mojitos.
I like to read. So even if I think we did that on one of the sea days when we were together. We had a balcony, so we opened up the balcony and sat in the room and read for an hour or two.
That was nice.
Sometimes I need a nap. And then it really depends on what they're offering.
We did the line dancing a couple of times.
Yeah, I was going to say it really depends on what they're offering that day in terms of like activities and that type of thing. So I do like going to shows. I like going to the information sessions. It's just, like I said, it offers what depends on what they're offering. So
yeah, so she liked it. And do you think Princess was good given your age?
Yeah, I would say when I went on Princess, so I was even a few years younger than I am now.
She said, Mom, I think I'm the youngest person on this ship.
I might have been.
She might have been on the cruises we went on.
But I didn't feel like there was nothing for me to do. I still felt
exactly.
like,
Yeah,
I still
that's what I
felt
wanted
like there
you to
was a
talk
lot
about. Yeah.
There was a lot for me to do and a lot of things I enjoyed. So
it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see. That's a good question. Thank you. Let's see. Oh, Down Under Cruisers. Hey there, Shauna and Alana. Nice to see you. Really nice to you. Oh, Mary Jo. Hi there. Thank you. Yeah, we look back on those cruise memories a lot, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And we still have things we laugh about and things that we just remember getting to see. Oh my goodness, Myra. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Give Myra a heart. And Myra, anybody that doesn't know, on our Facebook page, Myra lost Sheldon not too long ago, and so she remains in my prayers. So Myra, no, we're thinking about you. Okay, sweet lady. And we love you. So, and you're strong. You're strong, sweetheart. And it's wonderful to see you here. Wonderful to see you here. Nice to have you with us. And thank you very much. Let's see. Chris says he loves meeting people from all over the world, making friends, sharing their adventures, and he shares his. I like that a lot. Mm-hmm. We met a lot of nice people sitting at the dinner table and whoever was seated next to us.
Remember that couple where the wife was from Greece?
Yes.
And she came and lived, I think her husband was from New Jersey or something like that. So she came over and they lived there for his whole career. And then when he retired, they moved to Greece.
Isn't that nice?
It's a good idea.
It is a good idea. Talk James into moving by the time Daddy retires, okay?
He's not Greek, but
I'll try. This doesn't stop us, right? So let's see. Mary says, I bought the fire blankets this year for my family. Oh, that's a nice idea. Going to give each family 3 of them, 1 for the grill, 1 for the kitchen, and 1 for the car. That's a great idea. Yeah, really good idea. Thank you, Shirley. I'll keep my Caroline. I'll claim her any day. Yeah, she's my sweetheart. Oh, Kristen wants to know, what's the place you would love to take the babies once they're old enough? Their parents took them all over the world when they were young and fostered her wanderlust. Where would you like? Okay, so when they're big enough, where do you want to go first?
First, that's a really hard question. There's so many amazing places.
Pick one.
Honestly, I would say Paris is pretty close to the top of my list.
Paris is very nice.
I feel like the thing about Paris is there's so much to see. Well, there are so many places like this around the world, but so much to see right in Paris. You don't have to do a lot of traveling to spend a lot of time seeing a lot of things.
Yeah.
So I think that would be great. Honestly, take them anywhere. I think it'd also be cool to see how their interests develop as they get a little bit older.
We can influence this.
Yeah. But like, for example, right now my oldest loves going to the beach. And so I think it would be fun to take her to different beaches.
And she likes to take pictures.
She loves taking pictures. And so I think, I mean, if you took her somewhere like Hawaii, she would have the time of her life. Also,
or Greece.
I was going to say, but there's also obviously the other side of the world. You go to Greece and they have great beaches too. So,
and I think that's important too, because then they grow up realizing that people are people and how important it is to be kind. Like everybody in this world, I think for the most part, there's some people that don't fall in that group, but for the most part, people want to be loved. They want to have enough food and shelter. They want that for their families. They want better for their children than they had it for themselves. I think a lot of the world is the same with that. And if we grow up realizing that, it'll help, hopefully, the whole wide world.
Well, and I think also just like thinking about where I would take my children as they're growing up. You and I went to Europe for the first time when I was in high school.
I know. We were late to the game.
And
you did a thumbs up, Dolly.
Oh, great. But just thinking about that in comparison with my brothers, they didn't go to high school or to Europe when they were in high school. They did go to high school. But they didn't go to Europe.
No.
And since then, like internationally speaking, I've done the most travel. And I think that was because I was younger when I started, and it really kind of opened up what I thought was possible and what I also wanted to do.
Yeah.
So I think when they're young, being able to show them that they have access to the whole wide world is really important.
It is important. Thanks for saying that, love. That's a good one. So, and I noticed Code 4 for Life said that the speed there on the Queen Mary was really fast. Queen Mary too. So let's see. Oh, Vincian was on Cunard Queen Anne in October, and they had 2 speeds. The fastest you could stream. The slowest was generally for email and that. That's what a lot of the cruise lines have done now. A lot. And so I wonder if that's what Princess was trying to do with having the basic level and then adding it that faster for plus. So Jerry says he would always recommend Disney Cruise Line for family trips. That's a really good idea. They would really like that.
I think they would love that.
And their little cousins would too.
Yeah,
we should try that. Yeah. Down under cruiser says suggest family get together on the Grand in December. January. They're coming. They're gonna come. They live in Australia. That's why it's down under. Okay.
I got that.
So that would be really fun. Oh, next key question, does Caroline like Waffle House?
I love Waffle House.
And there we have it.
I think did we discover it together?
I think so.
Yeah.
It's when she went to Florida for her graduate work.
We ordered the exact same thing every time.
Every time, without fail. You don't need a menu. So yeah. So it's pretty good, actually. Let's see. Cindy, Tim says they cruised with his parents before they passed. Fantastic memories we'll always have. Yep. Memories you can't sell, you can't buy, you can't lose. You can, I even think they just get tucked away in your heart. And even if something physically happens, you have a hard time remembering, they're with you forever. That's what I think. So yeah, Myra, we sure love you. 5 days, Laura says, till their cruise on the Mariner of the Seas. Oh, we're excited to hear about that. Really excited. It's so fun. When we were coming back into port on Sunday morning, I'm looking out and there was like Oasis of the Seas. I saw Freedom of the Seas. I saw the New Amsterdam and another Royal Caribbean one. Oh, it's Grandeur of the Seas. And it was just so exciting. And I haven't even been on all of those. I've been on Explorer of the Seas, I guess, is the one I've been on of Royal Caribbean. But getting to go on a ship is remarkable. And sometimes when I'm like trying to think, or people say, well, what do you think about that? Or what's better? It's really hard because it's so nice to get to be there. But at the same time, it's important to try everything, figure out what you enjoy the most, and then spend more of your time there. Take good care, Carrie. Let's see. Oh, I bought foldy bags as they were a good deal. You bought those foldy bags that have been advertised, Thomas? Is that what I'm thinking, sweetie? You're going to have to tell us. We take the foldy as a spare suitcase for souvenirs and other stuff. That's awesome. I have seen those advertised. And so, Foldy is a brand, and there's like lots that are very similar on Amazon, probably made at the same factory. But I've been thinking about trying one of those. I have a duffel bag that it folds up kind of like, about this high and about, 12 by 12, maybe 14 by 14. But you can open that whole thing to a huge duffel bag, and then you just check it to come home. So if we did, is there anything you'd like to say at this time?
No.
So the last cruise we went on, Caroline didn't want to buy anything, and I always just like to look, and so she didn't buy anything, and I did. So
Well, I pack light.
She packed light,
and I like just having pictures.
See. And I want like earrings or a necklace or a bracelet or a sweatshirt.
Or a vase.
Or a vase. Okay, let's see. What did Holly say? Memories are great. Cruising. Still love the memory of fishing. I like this, Holly, with her dad in Alaska in 2011. Her parents passed away in 2019, and she remembers all the good times. That is fabulous. That's absolutely wonderful. Holly, I'm glad you were wise enough to go with your dad in 2011 and get to do that. Well, hi there, Irish in USA. Elaine, it's sure nice to see you. Glad you could come. Let's see. Chris says they're the first generation cruisers and enjoying it with his kids. I like that. I remember every cruise, and Bill often asks, where did we go? I like that. See, and here's the fun part. He watches cruise videos with her, and that triggers memories. I like that. It's perfect. Oh, Thomas says, get the original foldy. Okay, I'll try one. I need to do a video, and I'm late to the game, but I was going to do one, so watch for it this week, about what I think you would be good, like when you see on sale during the Black Friday thing, to pick up. The things like that I use again and again and again, and I take every single time. So I'll do that. I did one a while ago. I'll have Gordon link it when he has time sometime, maybe to my video tomorrow or something. But I don't like to pack a bunch of crap I don't need. I don't like to have a ditty for everything, and I don't like my suitcase to be full of stuff that I'm not going to wear. So we're using packing cubes for the first time. Oh, you'll have to tell us what you think about it, Tim. Yeah. Do you use packing cubes?
I do. I didn't use them a ton before, like when I traveled solo. I think I used them a couple of times, but I really like doing it with my kids now, because what I do, if any of you have little kids, I just pack each kid's stuff all in one cube, especially because my older two are their clothing sizes are pretty close, and so if I'm just tossing everything in the suitcase, it can get everything gets mixed up.
Yeah.
So I just do like one packing cube for each child and all of their clothes to go in it. So normal clothes, pajamas, underwear, everything.
Yeah.
So
thanks. And you can kind of do that for adults too.
Yeah, and so I do it for my clothes too.
Yeah. Good. So yeah, I have packing cubes that I really like. We'll just let them know. Yeah, I have packing cubes that I really like that I've been taking more, and it does help me organize better. And in some places, you just take the packing cube out and set it in the drawer or on the shelf of where you're going. Yeah, I like that. So Elaine asked, any plans to sail on the Queen Mary 2? Yes, my dear, I do have plans to sail on the Queen Mary 2. I will admit they're getting not pushed back, but nudged back a little bit by just things that have come up lately to do. So I'm trying to finish up my 2025, but 2026 is packed, and so it won't be in 2026. So we'll have to see if I can fit it somewhere in 2025. I'm really urgent to try Viking soon, and I just keep hearing So our Nile River cruise and our Christmas market cruise are going to be on Alma waterways. So you have Viking and then you have Alma, and there's a reason that I'm doing it for that. But Viking has their rivers and their ocean. I am so excited to try their ocean because they've just got like 900 guests on board, 900 something, and it's a whole different experience. And so I am really wanting to try that soon. And we might throw in a river cruise next summer because we have a reason to go to Europe again in July. So we might do that. We've just been going back and forth about what we really want to do. So we're trying to do that. But Queen Mary too, if I could like coordinate it with when we need to go one time and just take a transatlantic, I would love that. And you know, the number one reason I want to go on Queen Mary too, it's the enrichment. So Elaine has told me about the enrichment and I've read a lot about it. They are really increasing, shaking up how they do enrichment. They're having even more enrichment speakers on board and doing a really good job of who they get. So that's why I want to try Queen Mary too. Clearly, I hear again and again the food's not remarkable, and theoretically you have to get a little bit dressed up. And I always like to if I want to, and if I don't want to, I don't want to. Which I guess is an option. You can eat in the buffet, but yeah, it's interesting, isn't it, when you think of all these things and why you pick a cruise line? But I need to try it because then I'll know better, right? What to say and what to think about it. So let's see. Oh, Viking Base says, nice to see you, by the way, again, Tom. Let's see. Christmas tree ornaments to remind us of where they've been. Put them on their travel tree. Oh, I like that idea of having a travel tree. We have 2 Christmas trees. We could do a third. I have 2 travel trees. Oh, Thomas, how fun is that? A domestic and an international. You are my people. No wonder I'm so thankful for all of you. How fun is that? A domestic and an international. You win, Thomas, you win. Okay, I love that. Let's see. Try not to influence Code 4 for life. But we both agreed that Queen Mary 2 is inferior to Princess. There are exceptions like high tea. I like that. How fun is that? Speaking of food, it's interesting, isn't it? And you know what? When I was just, I always, you can't help but compare. When I go on a cruise, I'm really happy. Like we all say that somebody's cooking for us, they're cleaning up for us. But you can sure feel the pinch on some things, like no matter which cruise line you're on. We've all talked about that. But this time on Celebrity, I noticed it a little bit. It's still really good. Like, it's not bad, but just some little tweaks from when I was on the Beyond 2 years ago and when I was on the Reflection, and then scooching up to the Silhouette, a little bit of a change. Nothing bad, though. Nothing bad. Let's see. Oh, so Chris, what are your thoughts about on a transatlantic round trip? I think it's awesome. I also think that if you look at the cruise fare for a lot of the cabins, you think about sailing over instead of flying. Like you can cruise over for cheaper than a lot of airplane tickets are, and then you could go and do whatever it is you're doing and then come back. So a long time ago, they used to run those transatlantics just back and forth every week, and now they don't. They do sometimes, but they're not religiously back and forth. They do put the Queen Mary to other places sometimes. So yeah. Ellen Sunny, it's nice to see you. You're not late at all. Let's see. Mary felt like the Queen Mary too was rationing the rolls. Refused to give Bill shrimp cocktail with sauce on the side. I just can't have that. It's kind of funny, huh? So, and honestly, but at the same time, Mary says it was a great way to go to England and back. So, see, perfect, absolutely perfect. And you guys had just a grand adventure, didn't you? So they took the Queen Mary over. They did cruises. One of them was our British Isles in June, and then they came back on the Queen Mary. So, perfect. Let's see. Last minute deals on sailings on the transatlantic on Queen Mary 2. That's a good point. If you're flexible, just keep watching. So let's see. So Caroline, when you went on a cruise, was there anything that you had expected that you felt like wasn't a cruise thing? Like you were thinking, oh, I thought it was going to be this. Because you know what? I used to watch the Love Boat TV show when I was little. And I remember them like floating candles that were lit in the pool in the evening when people were dancing. And I remember, just like every evening, it seemed like everybody had on like a tuxedo or a suit and a lovely dress for dinner. And it seemed like everybody came back from Mazatlan with a piñata or flowers. I don't know. Was there anything that you thought, oh,
I think I did think that, because the only lines that I've cruised on are Norwegian and Princess.
which one do you like better too? Say that when you're done. Keep going.
Okay, well,
Sorry.
I do think, just like my perception before I ever went on a cruise, and this might be because this is what a lot of people share, is they share their photos from cruises, and a lot of the time those photos are from formal night. And I think that in the past there used to be more formal nights, and that the overall dress code was probably a little stricter for the main dining room.
You're right.
And so I think that overall I thought I was going to have to be more dressed up for more things, which obviously that's fun to do sometimes it's nice to be a little more casual. So I would say that was one thing. Otherwise, I would say actually everything was maybe a little bit better than what I had envisioned before I went on a cruise, because I think when you think about going on a cruise, when you've never been on one, you think it's going to feel like you're just like on a boat. And it really doesn't. Most of the time, you can't even tell you're moving most of the time.
Yeah.
So I think that in a lot of ways it was better than what I thought a cruise would be.
So did you enjoy Norwegian more? So she went on a singles cruise on Norwegian with a really good friend that our son's married to now, her best friend then. Yeah. So, and we love her. We're keeping her. So, so just to tell you what that experience was. And then,
so that was a singles cruise. And then I went on the 2 princess cruises with you. I would say it's just kind of a different vibe overall. And I think timing had something to do with it, because the singles one that I went on was in March. And so we had a lot of spring breakers.
The Caribbean.
Yes.
Out of Tampa, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And so we had a lot of spring breakers on our ship, which is a totally different experience, I feel like, from going to Europe on Princess. So it was different. I liked both of them. One of the things I liked about Norwegian a lot was I thought the entertainment was very good in terms of like the shows, comedians, all that kind of stuff, which was a good fit for a singles cruise. But I think that I would maybe say Princess might be a little more refined. So I like both of them.
Okay. What do you miss most about getting to go on a cruise right now?
At this point in my life, I would like somebody waiting on me, because I feel like I wait on my kids all day.
I'll try to do that more while you're here.
No, it's okay.
I do try.
Just somebody who like walks up and asks if I might like a drink, and I don't have to do any dishes or clean anything.
That'd be nice. Yeah.
And not having to worry about anything other than where we are in port tomorrow.
And go to beautiful places
Yeah.
again. Yeah, I think that's probably just about it.
Not that there's, this part of life is beautiful, but it's different than cruising.
It is different than cruising. There's a time and a season to everything. I like everybody's talking about their packing cubes. That's just awesome. Oh my goodness, Evelyn. So Evelyn, she's on the Celebrity Beyond. So I'm just standing there by my gate waiting around on Sunday morning. And the seating area was just packed, and I was going to sit down anyway. So I'm standing up there just waiting, and this sweet lady gets off the plane from another gate and just walks right up to me and said hi. So that was Evelyn and her husband. So I am really happy. Thanks for saying hi to me, Evelyn. It was such a pleasure to get to meet you in person, really. And I hope you're enjoying the Beyond. Yeah, I hope it's going well. Yeah. Let's see. Your mom is the bomb. Oh, me. You are such a love. Thanks for telling her that. Thank you. I owe you. Children always think their moms, Let's see. Oh, Code 4 for Life said they observed many people not dressing up on Queen Mary 2. The King's Court Buffet, the casino, and the Corinthia Lounge. You can be relaxed without dressing formally on the gala nights. Thank you. One time when we went, like the first year we took like a skirt and top, something we could make dressy enough to go to the main dining room. And then the next year we decided we were only doing carry-on, and we were just not taking anything like that with us. And so we just ate at the buffet on formal nights. And one evening, I remember we watched a movie under the stars and had a really nice time. But thanks for saying that. Oh, Hetty says her Christmas tree is a travel tree as well. She even has a spreadsheet of all of her ornaments and where she got them. I love that, Hetty. I'm going to have to start getting more ornaments. For a long time, I got ornaments when we went, and for some reason, I didn't. That's what I should get. So thanks for saying that. Take care, Mary Jo. So she had to go. We'll go here in a second. I guess it's the top of the hour. Let's see. Anything else? Thanks, you guys. Nancy, it's okay. If anybody is here before you go, give us a thumbs up or give us a thumbs up after we end. We really appreciate it.
No?
Didn't work. Anyone stayed at the Orlando Airport Hotel? Can anybody talk about this? Used a princess transfer. Add that later. If you happen to watch this video later and you've stayed at the hotel there at the Orlando Airport and then gone back to catch the princess transfer, speak right up. Let's see. As a scooter user, I can honestly say passengers were far more friendly and helpful, unlike many on Princess. Oh, dear Ellen. Oh, what cruise line are you talking about, sweetheart? You know, people just need to be kind everywhere.
Yeah.
Kindness is free. So, where is it, sweetheart?
Is it that one? I don't know.
Anyway, thanks all for coming this evening. Leave your comments. Know that we love you. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I don't know that we'll be here on Friday night. I will let you know for sure. We might go looking at Christmas lights as a family. So thanks on Holland America. Thanks for coming, you guys. I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. And Caroline, thanks for coming, love.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us. What was I saying? You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.